If you found this video, it's probably not by accident, because Source Within isn't about chasing answers outside of yourself. It's about recognizing the quiet voice you've been ignoring for a long time. And today, that voice is asking one simple question. What would your life look like if you stopped abandoning yourself? For a long time, many of us mistake endurance for strength. We stay, we tolerate, we convince ourselves that patience means accepting anything that comes our way. We fall for situations quickly, not because they're right, but because they're familiar. Familiar pain feels safer than unfamiliar peace. So, we stay in spaces that drain us. We keep access open to people who don't value it. We pour energy into situations that never pour back. And at first, nothing seems wrong. Life keeps moving. You keep functioning. But slowly, something shifts. You wake up tired, not physically but emotionally. Your mind never rests. Your standards lower quietly. Your inner voice gets softer until it almost disappears. This is what happens when you don't set boundaries, not all at once, but over time. Because when you don't make yourself the priority, you teach the world how to treat you. And worse, you teach yourself that your needs can wait. Boundaries are not about control. They are not about pushing people away. They are about clarity. They say, this is where I end and you begin. This is what I allow, and this is what I don't. This is how I protect my peace. For a long time, I fell for situations instead of observing them. I believed words more than patterns. I trusted potential instead of consistency. I stayed because I hoped things would change, even when every sign told me they wouldn't. And hope, without boundaries, becomes self-betrayal. When you don't choose yourself, you start negotiating your worth. You explain why you deserve respect. You accept half-effort because you're afraid of losing connection. You confuse attention with care. And slowly, you forget who you were before the compromise. That's why making yourself the priority is not selfish. It's survival. Because no one talks about the cost of always being understanding, the cost of always being available, the cost of always giving people the benefit of the doubt. The cost is you. But here's where life changes. When you stop falling for the situation immediately, when you pause, when you observe, when you let time reveal truth instead of rushing intimacy, patience becomes power. You start watching actions instead of clinging to promises. You notice how people show up when it's inconvenient. You feel the difference between peace and anxiety. And you stop ignoring it. You ask yourself better questions. Does this feel aligned or forced? Do I feel seen here or tolerated? Am I growing or am I just trying to survive? And with those questions, your standards rise. Not because you think you're better than anyone else, but because you finally understand the cost of accepting less. Boundaries begin to reshape your life. Some people fall away, not because you changed, but because they no longer benefit from your lack of boundaries. And yes, that part hurts. But what comes after is something rare. Clarity. You sleep better. You trust yourself more. You stop feeling guilty for choosing peace over chaos. You realize that being alone for a while is not a failure. It's often the reset you needed. And slowly, you reconnect with your source. Not outside validation, not approval, not attachment, but the source within. The voice that knows when something isn't right. The intuition that warned you before the pain arrived. The part of you that never stopped caring. It was just waiting for you to listen. Choosing yourself doesn't make life easy, but it makes it honest. You stop living reactively. You stop letting situations define you. You start creating a life that feels intentional, grounded, and aligned. So take your time. Don't rush into what feels familiar. Let clarity come before commitment. Let self-respect come before attachment. Because the moment you truly make yourself a priority, your life stops revolving around survival and starts moving toward peace. We arrive here quietly. If something softened in you, let it stay. Let your breath mark the boundary that returns you to yourself. Keep choosing the spaces that keep you steady. Honor what is true in you. Breathe. Choose peace, gently, again and again. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.